You were both child prodigies growing up. At 2 years old, you could identify 225 ragams and 175 complex talams. Your brother Ravi Kiranji was already performing, he was also a child prodigy. And likewise, your sister Kiranavali ji was also a child prodigy. So, growing up, did you think it was normal or did you know that it was something very special?
What was very different was my father had a unique way where music was part and parcel of every single thing we did. We were allowed to do games, even in music, sports, even while eating food. The 72 Melakartas were given to us. Like Kurunde Panni, Sadam Kudukucha Kudiyam, he used to give us this is Kanakangi, this is Ratnangi.
And
even the grill gate.
Yeah, grill gate has a 36 pencil kind of things. Like
Sharp edges, you know.
Sharp edges.
For the
exactly, 36
Oh.
was there.
So even the
36 and come back 36, so it's 72.
Wow.
I still remember those things.
Yeah, so his method was very different. And when there was an ant going in a sequence, he used to tell us the names of the yatis. That is a pipili kameti. And then when the water, when it used to rain and the water used to flow like this in some, and he'll say that is Vishamayati and all that.
When you go in the train, also in the sound of the train, he says that he used to explain what kind
Nadai
of nadai or whatever.
Wow.
So every single activity that we remember, we could connect to music. And we were allowed to do normal things. Ganesh, did not go to a very formal schooling. So he came from Bangalore, and he actually did more sacrifice because he left his parents. So
I was thinking that his father is my own father actually, and his
Wow.
mother is my own mother actually. I
So
was calling
beautiful.
my own mother as Attai.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
growing up, different stages, the experiences were different. Initially, we did not know we were learning something as serious as Carnatic music. So it was more fun. So it came naturally. But eventually, when we started knowing, then there was a lot of peer pressure at home itself. So a lot of competition between us,
Exactly.
healthy competition. So Ravi Kiran was already well-established musician. He also became our guru after my father. And so we learned a lot from Ravi Kiran also during that process, both on stage and off stage. So he was performing since, 5 or 6. And after that, he was an inspiration right there. And at the same time, we also knew that the pressure was more from the world when it came to us, because you can't sit and think your brother is great. Nobody would give you an opportunity because Sabhas don't want the same family to get more opportunities, because there are so many musicians who have to be accommodated. And to date, we know that every single time that we have to perform somewhere, our place is not taken for granted. So there is so much of competition within house and outside. So the Sabhas will have only one slot or two slots. They can't fit in all of us in the same series. Chitravina Narasimhan gave us the skill set and did not make us parrots. Most of the gurus would probably say, I teach you Sarla Varse, Janta Varse, then now you're in Varnam, now you're in Kriti. So we never learnt music like that. So we practiced all that, but even that was made fun. So it was all very different as an experience. He used to give us challenges in random note identification. So the Swarajnanam test will be there. There will be Talam tests. Even within us, we had internal exams, which he would assess on a continuous basis, give us different kind of challenges to create our own exercises and so on. So it was a very different set of...
Also used to learn used to teach us 3 songs, 3 kritis, 4 kritis per day. To learn
Wow.
I still remember.
So having made it quite fun, there was also not any bit of lack in the discipline of how we should practice. So 5 to 8 in the morning was our practice regime. And after that only I could go to school. So that was not normal for most other kids. So we were competing at school at a different level, because Kiranavali and myself had a very normal schooling. So having that, Kiran also joined at 4th, and he is also doing the normal schooling from then. Ganesh homeschooled, but Ganesh practiced almost close to 18 hours homeschooling, because my father used to ensure that having taken music, he cannot while away time. So it was,
Yeah.
he had to
Extra
focus
strict.
both on Chitravina and vocal. So he used to practice a lot more
Huh.
sitting at home. And the Saturday, Sundays, whatever Ganesh routine was on other days was our routine on Saturday and Sunday. So the homework and other things had to be done at the free time in school. So while other kids could go to a tuition, my father would think, being my kids, you should have better IQ. So I into paying attention in school. So it's very strict in that sense. But basically till 8 o'clock we used to practice, then come back from school. Then compulsory 1 hour he'll let us play. But at 6 o'clock we have to again start singing or playing Chitravina. 6 to 9 is again a practice time.
You have to be on time exactly 6 o'clock.
Later on, when we had very major exams, the
Huh.
leniency would be 1 hour. Instead of 9 o'clock, it would be 8 o'clock. And then in between, we have to listen to radio concert of everybody. We should put talam and listen to that. There was a lot of priority in what kind of music we listen. Father emphasized on understanding everything that we did. So even if somebody played in the radio program, if there is a mridang is playing a korvai or a vocalist did a korvai, then he will ask us to try that. So we'll have to explain and tell him what they exactly did. His methodology I still think is the best, only for the simple reason that it was Carnatic music was taught more scientifically. There was a lot of emphasis on logic, and it was like developing a skill set, an aptitude.
Ganeshji, you were homeschooled for a long time and you started going to a school in your later classes. So how was that first experience? That's something very unique.
Our uncle, who just compensated everything, like he just taught everything, just like I didn't miss anything in the house when I was doing, because he taught me, he was teaching me even whatever music in maths, everything he used to teach everything. I didn't miss like going to school, or just thought first, then but then later I just got used to this one, and because everything was there for me.
So when you first went to school, did it feel very different? How was that feeling?
He actually did not go much to live school because he was home tutored,
Huh.
even on math and everything.
Even in the later classes?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was already performing very actively.
Okay.
He went to school in Karnataka for a while. But then
I did my
he
school
came back.
for some time in Bangalore actually.
Okay.
Yeah, then he came back to
Came back. And
Chennai.
again I did.
Okay.
Completely private schooled.
So most of the time was in the house only.
Okay.
Then there was this other time that we found that you, Ravikiran, Chirnavali's father, Narasimhanji, all of you performed together. When did this happen?
Happened in 1996.
Oh, that was a demonstration in Sampradaya,
Okay.
which my father was doing
Okay.
on Ragam Thanam Pallavi. I think we were assisting him. So basically, I think my father was here giving us different challenges. And we were demonstrating.
He's the most challenging person actually.
We were demonstrating it to the audience.
Have you ever performed a kacheri with him?
With my father? No. My father stopped performing. My father is one of the greatest musicians. Having said that, when you attribute a child prodigy to all of us, since it was mother tongue, I don't think we were exceptional by ourselves. I think he was exceptional in making sure that we all learned. He could spot the talent fast. He had a particular methodology, like in Japanese they say, no, Suzuki method. Similarly, I think Chitravina Narasimhan's method should be documented, for a very simple reason that he can make a child prodigy out of a completely new student. If the child is born,
his playing is a lullaby for us.
a child which is born, if you just take it to him, he will in 3 years' time, he'll make the child exceptionally good.